I'm Anton.
Here you go, Mom. This is your present. Wow, what is this? How did you get it? I bought it with my allowance. Today is Mother's Day, right? This is what I got you. Wow, thank you, everyone. I completely forgot that it was Mother's Day.
Today is Mother's Day. My siblings chose their presents and gave them to my mom.
Thank you, guys. I'm so happy for all of these presents.
Mom! I decided to give her my present too, but this is the present that I chose for you!
What is that? A wooden doll?
Huh? They all laughed at me for the present that I chose for my mom.
You seriously have no talent in picking presents. Thank you, Ryoya. Mom will take good care of this, okay? What are you going to take good care of it for? Hey, cut it out, Taisei.
I took so much time to choose that present.
You don't need to worry about it, Ryoya.
But
The only thing that's important about presents is that you thought of that person when you gifted it to them. I can tell that you really thought about me when buying this. I'm really happy.
it was clear as day that Mom was lying about how she was happy with my present. Because I could see that she wasn't smiling very clearly. Ugh. My name is Ryoya Sarakawa. I'm in the 3rd grade and I have a big family with 6 other siblings. And to make things worse, I was the youngest of the bunch. I was still a baby, so I don't really remember much, but shortly after I was born, my dad passed away in a traffic accident.
Honey.
Mom was left with 6 kids to take care of. She had to raise and take care and provide for all of these 6 kids on her own. That's why she always seemed extremely busy. She always used a really big pot to make food, and she's always rushing to finish huge amounts of laundry every day. Working, cooking, cleaning, laundry. Mom was working tirelessly every day without any kind of breaks. But that didn't stop our mom from smiling all the time and being happy.
All right, let's all go to the park today.
All of us really loved that lovely mother. Then one day, I was in my class, bored and doodling in my notebook when…
Hey, Ryoya.
Taisei. My oldest brother happened to walk by my class. All of us siblings went to the same school.
Hey, man, what are you planning on giving Mom for her next birthday, huh?
What? Then Taisei started saying this to me, because a few days later, Mom's birthday was coming up.
Hey, hear me out. This guy seriously has no idea how to pick a present. Can you guess what he gave our mom the other day for Mother's Day? A freaking wooden doll.
He intentionally said that out loud so that everyone in class could hear it. I could hear myself start to get angry at him. At the same time, I could feel a massive sense of shame and embarrassment flowing through me. If I could just crawl into a hole and never come out… I was never good at giving presents to people, so I started interviewing people to try to figure out what the best present would be for my mom. This time, I wanted to give the best present out of all of my other siblings. What would make you really happy if you got it from your son?
Let's see.
What present would make you happy? I asked old, young, male, female, anyone. I just went to everyone and asked them what they thought. A few days went by. Today was Mom's birthday.
Mom, happy birthday! Wow, thank you guys.
They kept saying that I didn't have any talent in picking presents, so I worked hard and thought long and hard about it. Mom definitely has to be happy about it this time around. I was definitely confident this time around. It was my time, so I gave the present to my mom. Mom, this is a present from me to you.
Dude, you're seriously so bad.
Huh?
Thank you, Ryoya. I actually just recently thought that I wanted this.
Once again, I'd screwed up.
He's literally crying. Mom is the one that wants to cry after that present. You don't need to cry, Ryoya. It's okay. Mom is so happy.
Why? Why am I so bad at choosing presents like this? I just want Mom to be happy for what I get her. I was so disappointed in myself. Once again, I'm making my mom lie for me. But it was right at that moment.
Mom? Mom? What's going on?
Mom suddenly collapsed on the spot, holding her chest.
We need to call an ambulance. I'll go call 911 right now. Mom? Mom!
Mom! We were all confused and worried at what had suddenly just happened. She's got restrictive cardiomyopathy.
Huh?
After she got to the hospital, we found out that Mom had a very serious disease.
I'm sorry. All of you, I'm sure you're probably scared. Mom, you need to worry about yourself more than worrying about us, Mom.
Mama continued to work herself to death and ignore herself the whole time. Even if she felt sick, she just hadn't gone to the hospital at all, apparently. She's going to need a heart transplant surgery real soon. At this rate, she's going to go into heart failure and...
But... No, not my mom.
Mom's disease was apparently really bad. But Mom... After that, our lives were completely different, trying to fight this disease with our mom. Are you okay, Mom?
Yes, I'm fine.
The doctor kept trying different treatments, but none of them seemed to actually work. We just continued to wait for a donor to show up, but apparently only 2% of all patients actually find a donor heart in time. There are many people who are waiting for a donor, and there was a really long line. Mom is always smiling, but I could tell that she was slowly withering away. A few months later, "Hey Mom, I'm here!"
Ryoya?
We always went by Mom's hospital bed to check on her after school was over. We wanted to spend as much time as we could with her.
Mom, is there anything you want? We'll do anything for you, Mom. Yeah, you work too much, Mom. You need to count on us some more.
All of us wanted to do anything for our mom.
So, is there anything you want?
However,
There isn't anything I want, guys. Huh? Oh, come on, there's gotta be something, right? I'm okay as long as you guys are around me. As long as you guys are around, then I don't need anything else.
Then Mom squeezed out another smile.
Mom? No, Mom, you can't just leave us. You have to stay our mom and stay till we get older.
By this time, Mom's disease had progressed quite a bit already. We could kind of tell what was coming next.
we knew that Mom's time was coming and that she didn't have much longer to live.
Come on, guys. Come give me a hug. I'm always going to be your mom. Always. Mom! Mom!
She's lying.
Mom said that she didn't have anything she wanted, but there's definitely at least one thing that I can think of that Mom would want. If I just found a heart from Mom, she would be happy, right? That's right. I have to make Mom happy and show up all of my brothers and sisters. I decided to find a heart to give to my mom as a present.
Taizé. Mom. That day, a few months after she just suddenly collapsed at our house, she was clearly exhausted and weakened. Thinking back now, it was hopeless to try to look for a donor, and we were getting to a point where there was nothing we could do. I know you're the oldest, so everyone's counting on you. I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's fine, Mom. I won't cry anymore. I had to be the oldest brother and make sure that I could take care of my brothers and sisters after Mom wasn't around anymore. I'm so glad that you're here, Taizé. You're just like him when he was younger. Then, Mom called all of my brothers and sisters into her room. Mom? I was so happy to be your mom. Mom somehow managed to squeeze that out. It was clear that she was completely out of energy. Come on. Don't look like that, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. Taizé, Yukari, Tatsuya, Hikari, and you, Yutaka. Mom called out to each and every one of us. We had no idea when Mom was going to be gone and no longer with us. We had all tried to make our peace with the fact that this might be the last day, but right at that moment... And you, Ryoya. Huh? Where's Ryoya? That's when we finally realized that Ryoya wasn't in the hospital room. What the heck is he doing at a time like this? Where do you think he went? But looking back now, it seemed like I hadn't seen Ryoya at all because I was just around Mom all the time. Oh, well... Make sure to tell Ryoya later too, okay? Alright, if something were to happen to me, to your mom, I'm still always your mom. Don't say that! No, Mom! Everyone was listening closely to what she was saying. Guys, you be sure to find your happiness, okay? We were sure that this was probably the final message that we would get from our mom. That's how we felt. Mom! Mom! Right at the next moment.
We found a donor!
What? Huh? The doctor announced to everyone in the room.
This is a gift from your son.
Huh? What are you talking about? In the doctor's hands was the donor heart, and right next to it... Ryoya? Is it you, Ryoya? On the tray was a letter. It was Ryoya's handwriting.
We don't have time. We're going into surgery now.
Mom was taken into the ICU. Is that heart? Well, is it Ryoya's heart? We finally found a donor that we'd been looking for, and we finally saw some hope in Mom's treatment, but we were shocked by the sudden turn of events. It's our fault. We kept laughing at him for not having any taste. That's right. Ryoya chose the present that would make Mom the happiest this time around. His own heart. Ryoya became the donor. It's all my fault. I'm the worst oldest brother ever. If this was how things were going to turn out, I should have donated my own heart instead. Ryoya. Ryoya, come back! Come back, Ryoya! Then...
The transplant was a success!
Really?
Yay!
The surgery was a success, and by early next morning, Mom woke up. Mom! Mom? From what the doctor said, Mom was going to make a full recovery. We were completely relieved at what we heard. I'm not happy about this at all. Why would this happen? Mom? Of course she's not happy. Her own son saved her, but he was still in the 3rd grade. And his heart is now hers. He traded his own life in return for your life, Mom. Ryoya, you're amazing. My younger brother is amazing. So you need to live, Mom. You live for him too. Taizé? I think that's what he would have wanted the most.
But the next moment... How was it? Did the surgery go well?
Ryoya?
What is it, guys? Why are you so surprised?
What, how are you? Then whose heart is this exactly?
Ryoya-kun.
I used a handyman Anton's son's help to find a donor heart for Mom.
You really are... Ryoya...
Mom? I didn't understand what was going on, but I could tell that everyone loved my present. For the first time ever, I gave her something and she was happy about it. I was feeling ecstatic, and then... Oh yeah, I wanted to give this to you, Mom. It's a present for your successful surgery.
Thanks.
I was apparently really bad at choosing presents. I decided to go through and interview a bunch of people once again.
My name is Hiromitsu Okada. I'm in the 4th grade. I've always had really thick body hair, and it has always been a complex of mine from when I was young. I'm pretty much the only person with this kind of thick hair. I knew for a fact that everyone found out about it. They would all just think I'm disgusting. No matter how hot it was outside, I always wore long sleeves and long pants. I also avoided going to pool classes. I hid the fact that I was a very hairy person at school. Then, one day, I saw that my mom was putting some kind of machine on her arm. Hey, Mom, what is that? Oh, this is called an epilator. It's meant to remove hair from your body. It gets rid of hair. Apparently, it was a machine that you shine light onto, and it would burn the hair off. After hearing that, I almost tripped over running toward her to ask her about it. Can you please lend it to me too? I don't want to have this much freaking hair on my body anymore. Huh? You want me to lend it to you? I want to be all squeaky clean too. I don't like this kind of freaking hair. I was completely over having this much hair on my body, so I begged my mom to let me use the epilator for myself, but...
That's very unmanly of you, Hiromitsu.
Dad? My dad, who was messing with his phone the whole time, decided to butt into the conversation I was having with my mom.
Look here, Hiromitsu. When you've got all that hair like that, it means that you're chock full of male hormones. Male hormones, you get me? Man hormones. That's so badass. If you're a man, you just shut up and let that hair grow out.
Dad was apparently completely against me trimming my hair. He suddenly started lecturing me out of the blue. But Dad, a lot of girls don't like men who are super manly anymore. They like men who are gender neutral. It's so much better to not have any hair at all.
What? Yeah, you shouldn't be messing with women like that anyway. Good women worth anything, like hairy men. Isn't that right, honey? You like my hair, don't you?
No,
See?
What do you mean, see? Mom didn't seem to agree with what he was saying at all. The next day, Mom, where did all my clothes go? I've only got shorts and tank tops. I was going to get changed to go to school, but all of my long pants and long sleeve shirts had disappeared. Huh? I don't know what happened to them.
I threw them out.
What?
I said I threw away all of your long sleeve shirts and long pants too.
Then, my dad, who was reading the newspaper, suddenly started saying something insane. Why would you do that? If I don't have that? If I don't have that? Ugh.
Look, Hiromitsu. You need to be so much more confident in yourself.
Ugh.
I told you yesterday, but men are just so much more attractive when they've got thicker hair. Hair is just a symbol of manliness, got it? And besides, the most important part about being a man is right here. You remember that, right?
He gently tapped my chest after telling me that. Dad.
Look, Hiromitsu, you make sure to be proud of what you have on your body. You've got nothing to be ashamed of. You don't hide any of that awesome hair that you've got. You be confident. You are the coolest guy around with all of that freaking thick hair.
Okay, Dad. I decided to try to trust what my dad was saying. Then, that day, for the first time in my life, I went to school in shorts and a tank top. I wonder how everyone is going to react to me. I've never showed my hair on my arms and legs to my classmates before. Of course, I was a little bit scared, but I've got the thickest hair in the school, so I'm the coolest one around. I made up my mind and walked into class. Good morning, everyone. Then, everyone in class turned around to look at me, and the whole class was now laughing at me. What the heck is that freaking hair in your body, man? Huh? Dude, your arms and legs are so freaking hairy. You look like you're some kind of old guy. You're like a monkey or something.
What are you supposed to be, a caterpillar?
The teacher, too? I started to feel dizzy after seeing everyone react to my hair. It's so much cooler if I'm hairy, right? Heck no! Not at all. Nowadays, all the men have to be all clean without any hair, too. I didn't realize that you were so freaking hairy like that Hiromitsu. You look really freaking dirty.
Come on, man, you're in the 4th grade, Hiromitsu. You can't be like that.
But I want to crawl into a hole and never come out. The results of me listening to my father made me the butt of everyone's jokes in class. And on top of that, I wasn't able to hide my hair for the rest of the day either. After class, I was quietly crying to myself without anyone noticing. It's all Dad's fault. I hated everything. How my dad was unaware of how things are, the fact that I believed that stupid dad, and more than anything, the fact that I was cursed with these genes. Is something wrong, Hiromitsu? You look like you're upset. It's nothing. Normally, I would go for seconds for curry, but I just couldn't bring myself to eat that day. I decided that I would modify my mom's epilator and try to make it even stronger than before. If Dad is completely bald and hairless, then he'll start to get popular with girls, and he'll realize that people without hair is just cooler. Which is why I decided that I would get rid of my dad's hair all at once. That way, I would have him realize how silly and ridiculous his way of thinking was. From what I found on the internet, it seemed that the power of an epilator was determined by how many condensers were in the machine, which made the light brighter. Which means that if there are more condensers, the power is going to be a lot stronger as well. I was really good with science, so I was always pretty freaking good at messing with machines like this. It's done. A week after working on things, I added 400 extra condensers to my mom's epilator. It was so that I would finish up my dad's hair removal process in the blink of an eye. A regular old epilator that you'd find at a regular house had about 20 joules of energy. However, this modified epilator would have an output of over 100 times that, at around 200 joules of energy. It was stronger than some high-powered pistols. If I've got this much energy here, then Dad's hair will be blown away in an instant. That night, I snuck into my dad and mom's bedroom and... Dad, you don't understand at all. It's so much better to be without any hair nowadays. I aimed the epilator towards my dad's slouched over arm while he was sprawled out on the bed. Then, here we go, Dad. 3, 2, 1.
Huh?
Dad snapped up right before I pulled the trigger.
Hiramitsu? What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
But I didn't stop.
Huh?
I pulled the trigger in the epilator. Right at that next moment,
Ah!
there was a bright flash that almost blinded me, along with a loud crack that almost sounded like lightning that shot through the room. Ah! Ugh! I went flying backwards from the immense pressure that was put out from the epilator. I can't believe there's this much power behind it. Crap! I broke it! Mom's epilator couldn't withstand the immense output and broke in one click. What do I do? Mom is going to chew me out like crazy.
Huh?
Huh? Looking over at my dad, he had passed out after taking that massive shock of energy from the epilator. It also kind of smelled burnt. Dad? Dad! I realized that the location I had shot the epilator onto had practically melted off down to the muscle. What happened to his arm? Mom! Dad is... Mom, who was asleep up until a second ago, snapped awake. Honey, what's going on? What happened? Then, right at that moment... Huh? We realized that the futon was now on fire. Ah! The epilator had so much power that the high heat caused a spark and set fire to the futon. What the hell have you done? Then, the fire then jumped to the curtains, and before I knew it, it was spreading so far and wide throughout the house. We just need to get out of here. Honey! Honey! But it seemed like Dad had fallen into some kind of coma. He's so heavy. Hey, help me out of here. Yeah. On 3. 3. We tried our best to pull Dad up and out of the bedroom, was quickly turning into a inferno. Mom! This time my mom had inhaled the smoke from the flames and passed out. The flames continued to spread and burn through the room. Mom! What do I do? It wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I just wanted Dad to be less hairy. I just wanted him to go bald in his arm. But now all of this is happening, and right at that moment. Huh? The shelf that was burning up has started to collapse. Right toward me. Ah! Right at the next moment. What's going on? I woke up in a room that was completely unfamiliar with. Why am I alive? Hiromitsu! Thank God. Oh, thank God. Mom? In front of me was my mom and a doctor. Apparently, I was carried to a hospital after that. Mom, what happened to us? I didn't understand what had happened to me after that whole situation at all. How did I get rescued from that fire?
Your father saved you.
Dad? I turned to the bed next to me and I saw my dad, completely beat up and burned. Dad!
He's pretty beat up, but he used the loss of his energy to protect you and your mother from the fire.
I slowly began to remember what had happened that night to me. Dad! The whole reason that everything was happening was because of me, but my dad protected me anyway.
He was burned severely from the massive amount of jaw oils pumped into his arm. Your father had severe tissue damage because of the electricity that passed through his arm.
It's all my fault.
Not only the dermis, but the nerves and blood vessels were also severely burned and affected. All of the subcutaneous tissue, muscles, vasculature, nerves, they were all severely damaged. He had what was called Lichtenberg scarring through his body. Ah! He really shouldn't have been able to stay conscious with how much pain and damage his body experienced, but
But my dad carried my mother and I straight out of the fire.
This is truly what we mean when we say fight or flight. Your father was working strictly off of primal instinct.
My father was still completely unconscious when he carried us out of the fire.
Oh my god, it's a fire!
The neighbors had called the fire department about the fire, so by then, the fire trucks had shown up. But by then, the house was engulfed in flames.
My family. I have to protect my family.
My dad was still unconscious, just woke off his primal instinct to save us from the fire. He was running around trying to find a way out of the building.
Ah!
However, my father had already reached his absolute physical and mental limit. He collapsed at the front entrance. Dad! Dad! Wake up, Dad! Then, right at that moment,
Are you okay?
a man that was passing by came inside the house to help us. That was the reason that we were still alive. What have I done? The whole situation was brought out because of my own complex for having too much hair. Right at that moment.
Honey, Hiromitsu?
Honey! Dad! Dad finally woke up and came to.
I see,
I'm so sorry, Dad.
That's right. And what was that machine that you fired off into me?
It was Mom's epilator.
Huh?
I told my dad and Mom exactly what had happened and how this whole series of events happened. I told them about how I had modified the epilator to try to make Dad completely bald. Then my dad... Ow! He smacked me hard in my head. Harder than I've ever been hit before.
Swear to me. Swear to me that you will never do anything like that ever again. Do you realize the amount of problems and trouble you cause to those around you because of your actions?
It was the first time I've ever seen my dad truly angry at me. It was like he had crawled out of hell itself to scold me. I swear, I sincerely repented for what I had done.
However, I'm so glad that all of you are okay and alive.
Honey, Dad grabbed me and my mom and held us tightly. He was truly just glad from the bottom of his heart that we were alive and safe. Dad. Afterwards, it seemed like the house's insurance would cover all the damages, so while it was being repaired, we would be living in a cheap apartment. I stopped caring about my hair at all after that.
I'm sorry too, Hiromitsu. I should have been more considerate of your feelings.
It's okay. It was all okay because I made up my mind that I would be a real cool guy, like my dad.
I'm Mana Dayaneji. I'm a junior in high school right now, and I'm right around that age where I fall for people. Shoei-kun is so good looking. I wanted to experience romance like something out of a comic book. A bittersweet high school life with a really great looking boy. That was a dream for me since I was young, but I weighed 200 kilograms and was a massive tank of a human, so that kind of life was something that could only ever happen in my dreams. Who the heck put a freaking mirror here? I don't know when I started avoiding looking at myself. I went around the house and made sure to smash every single mirror that I found with my bare hands. Seeing myself all fat is a massive source of stress. And because of that stress, I go back to binge eating to relieve stress. This was not supposed to be how I spent my high school life. My parents got a divorce. I had to take entrance exams. There were a few things that all came at once and stressed me out. Before I knew it, I started to binge eat. The psychologist called it a symptom of emotional eating. It was a negative feedback loop with regards to food. I don't know when it happened, but I wasn't able to control my diet. Of course, my weight continued to increase uncontrollably as well. Before I knew it, I was this massive tank, sitting at about 200 kilograms.
You know, you look like you're never going to gain weight. I mean, I guess you've given up because you're totally fat.
The good-looking boys in my class always make me the butt of their jokes and mock me every day.
Watching you eat food is almost like him at the zoo watching an elephant eat.
It's not like I'm eating because I want to eat either. I was at the end of my patience after listening to these boys with no manners mocking me every single day. And to make things worse,
If you do a backflip right now, I swear to you that I will go out with you.
one day they even started taunting me. That's horrible! What are you talking about? However, fine, I'll do it then. I'm saying that I'll do a simple freaking backflip like it's nothing. I decided to go with the taunt because screw it. They think that they can make a fool out of me because there's no way that she could possibly do it. And that bothered me too much.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna record the whole thing.
Wait, hang on, Mana. You shouldn't do this. I'm going to do it. You can mock me as much as you want. Truth be told, when I was in elementary school, yeah, Mana kid, I was in the gymnastics club. I was always very athletic, so doing a backflip was like nothing. I was good enough to win 3 different junior tournaments in a row. I'm just going to make this clear one more time just in case. If I manage to make this backflip right here, right now.
Yeah, I'll go out with you myself.
Huh, you can't take that back what you've already said. No takebacks.
What?
Why is Danielle acting so confident in herself?
Mana! Are you? And then, I'm going for it. I was at the center of attention by the whole class before taking a large leap into the air.
God!
I hadn't done a backflip in a really long time, but I felt really nostalgic while in the air. It was like time was moving slowly again. Seeing the world upside down like this, it's just like how things were back then. Right at the next moment, ugh! I didn't have enough speed, and I ended up falling straight back down. An incredible shock was sent straight down my spine.
God!
And then, I can't get up! I tried it because I could do it back when I was younger, but that was a really long time ago. Now that I'm a 200 kilogram tank, there was not a chance in the world that I would be able to do a backflip. I ended up falling straight onto my neck and was in a world of trouble.
All right, let's get started. What? Dainiji? Are you okay, Dainiji?
The teacher immediately called an ambulance.
All right, we're gonna lift her up on 3. Got it? 1, 2, 3.
I ended up having to be carried into the hospital with the help of 3 other fully grown men before being carted away into the ER.
Yeah, your spine is shattered all over the place.
Huh?
Everyone is different, so I can't say for sure right now, but well, there's a chance that you may experience some paralysis and lasting effects from this injury. Once you're more stable, let's do some rehab and see where we stand, okay?
I completely lost all hope. I was this large and now I was no longer able to move the lower half of my body. I completely lost all hope. I was this large and now I was no longer able to move the lower half of my body. Rehab that was considered tough by anyone who was a healthy weight was like hell to me, since I almost never actually exercised and had this massive body.
My hips!
Why is my life so... I acted so tough and full of myself. But then this is the stupid result of that. I bet you they're all just mocking me and laughing at what happened right now. I was so embarrassed that I couldn't deal with it. Then one day, I got a small gift from my classmates wishing me well. It was... What the hell is this? It was a little gift of top quality ham from them. You're all just mocking me. After I saw it, I couldn't stop myself from bawling. I knew it. I knew that everyone was mocking me. It's all my fault because I'm just this fat and ugly. I continued to try my best to avoid looking, but I knew in that moment that the way I look and my weight was definitely my complex. I was so depressed over this that I couldn't stand back up. I even thought about throwing away everything and not going to rehab. I just wanted to give up on everything.
You got this. You got this, Mana-chan.
But in that moment of despair, I ended up meeting with Anton-san, the handyman, and shortly after, I fell for him. Anton-san showed up to help out his rehab staff out of the blue, and he didn't care that I was a massive human being. He just kindly supported me to the best of his abilities.
All right, you're almost there, Mana-chan. Keep pushing.
Anton-san?
All right, let's take a quick break, huh? How you look?
Yes, it's kind of my complex. I told him everything that I was worried about and thinking about inside. Then, Anton-san said,
I don't think you need to worry about it at all. A person's true value isn't determined by how they look. The important part is in here.
Anton-san.
All right, after we finish eating, let's give it one more good try, huh?
Okay. Thanks to Anton-san's very dedicated support through my rehab, I was able to finally move my legs again. It turned out that the damage to my spine wasn't irreparable. In fact, it wasn't that severe at all. The first day after coming back to school, I don't want to go to class. I was incredibly worried about going to class. I'm sure the boys are just going to mock me for how big I am right now. I know that I'm just going to go back to being the butt of their jokes. But I don't care anymore. I had given up on my life as a high school student. This horrible body wasn't fit to enjoy the life as a teenager. It was impossible. I had finally figured that out. More importantly, I would really go on a diet this time. Once I get older and legal, I'm going to ask out Anton-san. That was the one reason, the one hope that I had to continue living every day. However, That's right. Through the tough and trying times in rehab and strictly controlled diet in the hospital, I had somehow managed to lose a significant amount of weight without even noticing.
I knew it! I knew that you looked really good if you just lost a little weight.
You guys really think so? I tried my best to avoid looking in the mirror, so I never noticed that I had made such a dramatic change. I started feeling a little embarrassed by how different everyone was treating me, compared to before I went into the hospital. Life after coming back completely changed my daily life.
We're going to go to karaoke after class. You should come with us, Mana.
Are you sure?
Of course!
But please read this letter!
Who are you? I suddenly became the popular girl and started getting love letters from some random underclassmen. I was able to have that lovely high school life that I admired from when I was young. Then one day, after a few days had gone by...
Daineji?
Shohei-kun suddenly started talking to me after class.
So, how do I put this? I can keep that promise and go out with you if you want.
Promise? Apparently, he's talking about that promise from when he asked me to do a backflip or something.
Are you being serious right now? After all that, I've always been wanting to say this, but who the hell do you think you are?
And also, I literally failed the backflip.
Right. No, you're totally right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done to you this whole time. I just really have a newfound respect for you now, so... What do you say? Would you want to go on a date sometime? Like, go to the movies, or...?
Sure.
Really?
If you can do a backflip, then I'll go out with you. I told Shohei straight to his face. All of my classmates started calling out for him to do a backflip. Wait a second. You're not going to say that you can't do a backflip, are you? You made a girl, Mana, do it, and you're going to say no when you're a man? And then...
I'm so scared, I can't.
What a loser. I was finally able to get over things. I just didn't know how to pick the right boys. But not this time around. I was positive that I had fallen for the right man this time. I also swore that I would continue to work on myself, that I would keep pushing until the right time.
My name is Tetsuji Ryujima. I'm a yakuza as brought in a clan. I'm a free yakuza. Today I was walking with the Yamashima clan yakuza members to go collect on some protection money, but...
Hey! You know whose territory you're in right now? What the hell are you looking at? This is the Yashima clan territory, got it?
There are all kinds of yakuza, but there are some yakuza that you just can't control. However, this sort of yakuza, the one that is refusing to follow rules completely, is the worst.
Hurry up and bring me my freaking beer! Stop taking your damn time!
Not only are they annoying and loud because they only climbed up using their brawn and not their brains, but on top of that, they always have insanely high goals. That's why they intentionally be loud and obnoxious, break things, and try to stand out to make themselves be the center of attention.
What? You think that this is good enough, huh? You think that we're okay with this pocket change?
And they don't know the line that you're not supposed to cross. Finally.
Hey, seems like we've got a little bit extra on the protection money this month. What's going on?
I just kinda took a little extra for you, is all. The store manager kinda looked like he wanted to complain, so I couldn't help it.
You complete moron! Give it back to them right now! Yeah, we're Yakuza, but there are rules that need to be followed!
That's right. In the Yakuza world, we all respect and follow orders and rules.
We're not just run-of-the-mill thugs that you can find robbing people.
However,
Yeah, who cares, boss? This ain't that big of a deal. We're literally Yakuza. No one can even go against us.
I couldn't quietly accept this disrespect at all.
Hey! What the hell are you thinking? Acting like that toward the boss, huh?
Yakuza is absolutely a top-down leadership organization. I couldn't let this kid go free after he had that attitude towards our boss.
I grabbed his shirt and got into his face.
Huh? And what the hell do you want to do about it, outsider? It's got nothing to do with you.
However, the prick didn't seem to change his attitude at all. He didn't seem like he regretted anything that he did.
What even is a freelance Yakuza anyway? You're like a literal kind of losers.
Ugh. This prick's name is Koyotaka Misuya. He jumped through the ranks acting as a cheap thug. He hasn't grown out of it and still acts like it too. But from what I've been told, his upbringing is really something else. Something pretty traumatizing.
Wow, thanks, Mom.
He lost his father at an early age, and his mother never remarried, so she was a single mother. However, the debt that his father left behind was causing them to live in poverty, barely skirting by every day. Then, one day...
Mom? Mom! Hang on, wait!
The mother was taken away by the Yakuza that she had borrowed money from. She was to take responsibility for it. A few years later, Kiyotaka was living in a park all on his own until he was found and taken into an orphanage.
Mom and I didn't. We didn't do anything wrong.
Because of that, he hated everything and everyone in society. I don't know what kind of destiny or curse he had, but he became a yakuza member himself. I guess I can't blame him for becoming more cynical like that, considering his pretty horrible background. Kiyotaka's horrible behavior continued to escalate and not stop at all. He completely ignores the rules and directions of the gang and does whatever he wants to do. Losers of losers. He would distribute some weird drugs, commit assault and battery on common people, blackmail and extortion. He really didn't care who it was. He just ran rampant. I don't think you got enough here, buddy. You're missing a little bit. How about we start taking in a little handling fees for myself, huh? No matter what our boss said, Kiyotaka did whatever he wanted without listening at all. Hey! You need to cut it out! I'm sorry, Tetsuji. I know that Kiyotaka is gonna be a pain in the neck for you, boss. That's okay, sir. I know that he seems like just a pain in the neck, but he really did have potential to excel, boss. Sir! It seemed like the people in the clan were also unsure of what to do or how to handle him. The boss seems to really have faith in Kiyotaka, but if he's going that crazy and doing whatever he wants like that, he's gonna be kicked out of the clan for real soon. What? I'm bought from your store?
Yeah.
Who do you think is allowing you to peacefully run your business in the area, huh?
I'm sorry, but I need you to leave. When you come over, all of our business just leaves and we go broke.
That day, everywhere I went in town, I noticed that they'd forbidden me from coming back into their store. It was a result of me going wild every day when I got drunk. What the hell? Who the hell do you think I am? I'm Kiyotaka Mitsuya from the Yamashima clan. Then one day...
Get the hell out of town!
We hate you!
Huh? What the hell is going on? What is that noise? That night, I had gone back to my cheap apartment and went to sleep when I suddenly woke up to a loud ruckus coming from up front. What? Apparently, the guys in town had rounded up a group to try to chase me out of town. It was a full-blown demonstration to remove me from the area. The numerous disturbances, collecting way too much money then was guaranteed. The town residents had finally decided to take up arms and do something about it. They had known that I was yakuza, but they didn't care. They were rebelling. Shut the hell up, you morons! I'm yakuza, you got it? If you don't get the hell out of here now, I'm gonna kick your ass! I'm coming down now, so you better be there when I get down there. I had become infamous in the town, and everyone had hated me. I walked down the stairs to my apartment to confront the crowd, but,
Yo.
Huh? The person that was waiting for me was, I'm in the police Special Organized Crime Task Force, 4th Division, Yamaoka. You've heard of that department and division, right? The Oi Division, so-called because their logo was a Y for Yakuza, circled in a crosshair. It was a very well-known division within the police department to all the Yakuza in the area. Apparently, the people in town were also going to the police and snitching on me. I was being marked and followed by the police. This is a warning. You make sure to tell your boss that there won't be a warning next time. Apparently he wasn't on duty today, but this was just a personal favor. He didn't arrest me or charge me. He just beat the crap out of me before him and his crowd left it. It was a stormy night because of a bad typhoon in the area. Screw the police! I'm gonna climb the ranks in this clan. And I'm gonna leave my mark in this world.
Hey.
Suddenly the boss showed up in front of me out of nowhere. needed to talk to you, sir. You won't believe what just happened.
Get over here.
Huh? What is it, sir? If you want to just have a quick talk, then we don't have to change locations. Right at the next moment. Ah! The boss's kick directly struck my solar plexus. Sir, why would you...
You just had to go and do all that, didn't you? I took such good care of you for this long. I really lost all hope in you. You know why you were never arrested by the police before?
That's because they were afraid of me as a yakuza member and...
No, it's because we have a relatively beneficial and friendly relationship with the police. But the second that the OY team have their mark on you, you're dead to me. Listen to me, Kiyotaka. You're off the team. You're out of the clan, effective immediately. You leave the town now.
Huh? I was shocked after hearing that. I was suddenly told that I will be removed from the clan, which meant that I was fired. Sir, wait, hang on just a second. I only have this going for me. This is all I have. One more time. I just need one last chance to make things right, huh?
This is still a relatively warm and kind judgment. I'll go ahead and tell my higher-up that you ran away or something, You should be happy that you're alive at all.
Then my boss walked away. I completely screwed up this time around. Normally, it wouldn't be out of the question to lose my balls for this, but this was definitely a relatively kind way to handle me. The one person that took care of me, my boss, also abandoned me. I just went too far. I'd always hoped to become yakuza, and I finally made it happen. But I was kicked out just as quickly as I was accepted in. Why the hell is my life this... This is how things always go for me. I was always alone in this world without a single person on my side. I was hated by everyone. I didn't even have a spot in the yakuza world. I can't just stay in this town anymore now. I've got to leave. I had given up on everything and was gonna start packing my stuff, so I started walking home when...
Yuka! Yuka!
Huh?
Yuka-chan!
Yuka-chan! Where are you?
Where are you, Yuka-chan?
What is going on over there? It seemed like something was going on in town. Hey, what the hell is going on here?
Well,
I asked someone what was going on, and he told me that a young girl had somehow gotten lost in this massive typhoon. A search and rescue team was assembled, and were looking in the mountains, but they hadn't had any luck in trying to find her over the past few hours.
Yuka-chan!
Where did you go, Yuka?
Then I saw a mother, terrified about finding her daughter, trying to turn over every leaf to try and find the missing daughter.
It's my fault. It's because I looked away for a split second.
Hey, I hope you looked for the daughter, huh? I felt way too bad for the mom not being able to find the daughter that I offered to help out, but...
Huh? You're just gonna be in the way looking for her anyway! You need to get out of here and you need to go now!
You better not do anything to get in the way! We need to find this young girl so that she's safe! The search and rescue team quickly turned down my offer to help them look. Damn. Whatever, it's just some kid. I don't care what happens to the kid. I decided that I would just go home, pack my stuff, and get out of town.
Hey! Yuka! Where are you, Yuka? Help! Mom! Someone! Anyone! Help! Mom! Mom?
Hey! Are you okay?
Who's that? Why did this happen to me, Yuka?
The river is still rising.
The riverbanks are starting to crumble. It's dangerous here. We can't continue any longer.
No, no!
I'll stay behind and look for her. You just leave and go somewhere safe, Mom.
It's my fault. It's my fault that my daughter is... I'm such a failure of a mother.
Mom? Hey, you guys are looking for this kid, right?
Uh-huh.
The kid?
I took the young girl that I had just saved from the river to the mother.
Yuka? Mom!
But why did you...
I just wanted to take a shower. And the kid somehow ended up in my arms is all.
That's not true. This man jumped into the river to save me when he saw me drowning.
Hey!
Hey, when he jumped into that river?
I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's already been done. I'm gonna leave the town since everyone hates me. Later. It was right at that moment.
Thank you so much.
What's going on? It had been seriously over several decades that someone had actually thanked me. Then I remembered. That's right, I used to want to be a hero. I really wanted to save my mom when she was being taken away by all the yakuza members. But I couldn't do it because I was scared. I couldn't move my legs. And after that, I blamed being born. I stepped off the right path. Before I knew it, I had become the bad guy. I was a cheap thug that everyone in town hated. Look at this now.
Great job, man. I misunderstood you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I want to thank you, young lady. I thank the young girl that allowed me to be a hero. The next day.
You seriously gonna go? If you want, you can work with me as a crowdsourcing freelance yakuza.
I'm good, man. I want to leave the town and check everything out, huh? I was just a frog in a well. I didn't know the world. My boss gave me a chance anyway. I look forward to working with you once I come back, all right? I left town to go on my trip, and I hope this time I'll be a better yakuza.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Come back again for more, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.